I have a question for you. One is, imagine following that one. I have the tummy ache right now, right? Yeah. But that is a question. Have you had a tummy ache before? A stomach ache? Have your kids or your grandbabies, have they gone into school in the morning with a tummy ache? That's what 55% of California children, third graders, do every day. It's because they're 55% that are not readers by grade 3. If you're not a reader by grade 3, you feel sick to your stomach every day. It's really hard. I bet there's someone in here that might have been a poor reader. To add to that, they have a tummy ache, but they also might think that nobody cares about how that tummy ache's feeling. Those are children in our Bay Area. Those are children that need to be noticed. Maybe when they arrive in the morning. Maybe when their little head's hanging down. Those are parents in the Bay Area that aren't sure how to get their kiddos ready for kindergarten. Those are teachers that show up in the classroom every day, and they're not sure what's possible. I'm Kate Horst. I'm the founder of Seeds of Learning, and I have 7 more minutes to tell you what's possible. I'm going to squeeze 20 years of learning into the next 7 minutes. What I have to say is about kids, it's about parents, and it's about teachers. And I have notes because I'm actually I'm a trainer. I talk, and I could go for hours, but to talk for 8 minutes is really hard. Now only 7 minutes, and I've used it. I'm going to tell you about why I created Seeds of Learning, a professional development model, and how I figured out what to do. And third is that I have decided that there are no more excuses. We know what works, and we must do it. We must close the opportunity gap. You're probably wondering already, where is this lady from? That funny voice she's got. I am a Midwestern woman. And I did take on the achievement gap about 20 years ago. Yes, in the 80s, I was parenting 3 sons. I was also working in an adolescent parent program. And I wanted to do everything for my kids. I had a good life. But we know as parents or grandparents, we want it to be even better for the next generation. I read, I studied. And the more I read and the more I studied, the more I wanted to share it with the parents that I was working with. The more that I started to notice that as I shared, they were not moving from knowledge to behavior change. I was a part of a research project where we got to look at what are the qualities of positive parents, and I got to take them home and implement them. Amazing little nuggets. I got to use them. I tried to share those with the families that I was working with, and it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. At that same time, I'm a middle child of 9. I reflected upon my first job working in a meat factory. And I was pulled aside by the ladies on the assembly line one day, and they said, "Hey, Katie, you're putting those hot dogs on way too fast. You're messing up the system, and we don't like it." I said I was the middle child of 9. I was able to accommodate. I did not want to disrupt the system. I just needed the tuition for college. Back to those teen parents and my 3 sons. I was doing everything, and I really did want to learn how to help the adolescent parents that I was working with. They got in my heart, and those babies got in my heart. I did everything that I could to think about how can I share those nuggets that I'm receiving with the families that I'm working with. I realized the more I got, the more I wanted to share. What I also realized was that there were differences, that the parents that I was working with were not accessing the information the same way that I was. I also realized because I had friends having babies, I was working with adolescent moms, 2 babies born in the same hospital on the same day, happy babies, healthy babies. I knew that those children, when they arrived in kindergarten, they could look very, very different because of the opportunities that they had had or not had. Yes. I made it at that point my mission to close the gap for all of us. I just got my thing. All right. So I had to figure out what works. What will disrupt the system right now of educational inequality? How could I close that achievement gap? Research wasn't making sense. Seeds was born. I went about trying to read the research, figure out how to do it, and how to make it user-friendly. I created a model and then tested it for the last 20 years. We're going to take a little a picture right now, or we're going to watch the video right now of what others say about seeds, and then I'll come back and tell you about the data.
SEEDS is a training and coaching model for early educators. It provides new knowledge about language development strategies based on current science. Teachers see the strategies modeled, they practice them with a coach, and immediately apply them in their classroom. Teachers receive ongoing support and data-driven feedback from their coach. The research indicates that when teachers learn proven SEEDS strategies, they can move children to be school-ready.
When they go to kindergarten, they're able to take the risks of learning a new thing with that confidence.
Y algo importante es que muchas veces cuando ya llegan al kinder, el kinder debe de estar preparado para que reciba a los niños que estamos mandando.
I had a group like 7 children, and one of them, one day he said, "Do you know that this table speaks 2 languages?" This child was so proud of being Spanish speaker and also English speaker.
Great job, Max.
The current research from the National Early Literacy Panel guides SEEDS professional development, and it's paired with positive and caring interactions with children.
And we see the success with the children, and we see the enthusiasm with the teachers. I mean, it's just amazing what comes out of it all.
Look at yourself in that mirror. Now look at that mirror and then say, "Looking good."
Looking good.
Good job. Good job. Now all.
Every child deserves to be part of SEEDS because it makes such difference on children's lives and teachers too.
The data supports what you've just seen. So we saw some teachers be pretty emotional, pretty excited about what's happening with SEEDS. We have the results. We know that it's closing the gap. Our innovation is our unparalleled ability to bridge research to practice, to take teachers and parents and to move them from knowledge to behavior change. We have the results. In a time of increased attention and investment in early childhood, it is crucial to focus on evidence-based programs that disrupt inequity in educational outcomes. SEEDS has that evidence. In Oakland in this past year, we had 30% gains in predictive skills for the SEEDS children versus the non-SEEDS children. In San Jose's, in family environments, we had an improvement of 53% of families, and 75% of those kids were on target. SEEDS has had the University of Chicago do an evaluation on us, and not only did we get significant outcomes, but we had robust outcomes for those children. And yes, including dual language children. We work with a group of children. I know that I'm almost out of time, and I just have to say that we have a track record. We have a demand within the county. We have about teachers that work with 9,000 kids. They would like to see SEEDS. I have worked for the last 20 years to improve the quality of what works, and now I am asking for help so that I could build a platform where we would be able to create a business that would be able to scale and serve those children in the Bay Area. I know that tonight is an amazing opportunity. I'm asking you, you can see my notes, I didn't get through them all. I'm usually, as usual, am ambitious, but I have to stop. Hopefully you'll be able to to find more about us, but thank you. Maybe someone could look at my notes and ask one of those questions, right? Does anyone have a question? Yes.
We noticed that you're a for-profit. Can you talk us through the thought process you went through in trying to establish whether or not you'd be for-profit or nonprofit?
Right. That's actually one of the strategies that I'm going to be working with in the next year to come. I've always been fee-for-service. I've worked with amazing organizations, First Five, all the way from San Jose here to Oakland. I am Seeds, and I've been training people along the way, but work with amazing partners. But as you can see, I'm about to become a grandma myself, and so we really want to fortify internal capacity in the Bay Area so that all children will be able to receive seeds. Anyone else? I thought I saw a hand over here. All right, thank you very much.